Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Charvel Chronicles, part 1. Well, hopefully if things go well, this will be the only part. So let me show you what's going on. So first of all, please excuse my voice. I'm kind of fighting a chest cold. But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a failure to press record at the proper time. So this little project started months ago, actually. This was a Charvel TE Custom, 1992. So this is basically Charvel's attempt or Charvel's version of a Nashville Telecaster. So it had the basic Tele pickup in the bridge and then Strat pickups in the middle and the neck, 5-way switch, and it has a push-push knob, which when engaged in position 1 gives you like a Tele, bridge and neck, and position number 2 gives you like all three. And of course, when it's not engaged, you have your regular Strat style pickup configuration. These pickups sound nothing like a Telecaster. They're great with drive, but with clean tones and spank, just doesn't cut it. This neck feels more like a shredder neck. It's super thin. I like a neck with a little bit of chunk on it. The frets wore flat in some spots. So I thought, well, maybe I'll get it refretted. A friend of mine's all set up to do that. So I got it refretted with some stainless steel frets and, leveled them, crowned them, polished them, and still, it just didn't feel right. So I thought, all right, well, why don't we convert this to a real Telecaster? So here's the plan. We'll be getting rid of these pickups. So these, Charvel bodies, they're well made. They use some decent hardware. This thing weighs a ton. Like, it's a big, thick plate. These pickups, I don't know what they are. They're Alnico, but just like I said, they're okay, but I just don't like them. They don't have the brass plate underneath this Tele pickup either. So yeah, they're going. But all these cavities are shielded, and they're also interconnected with a wire, right? Screwed down directly on the shielding paint. And all these 3 cavities are connected together via a ground on the volume pot. Very well done. So what I'd like to do is get rid of this neck. The one thing I don't like about the Charvel is how much play this neck has in the neck pocket. It's crazy. I've already gone ahead and I've routed a little divot in the neck pocket cavity there because the plan is to install this Musi Telecaster neck. This used to be yellow. My buddy Barry from the Barry Show stripped the paint off this neck and it was on there. He said it took some effort to get that paint off. So if you've got a Musi Tele, they're well painted. I polished up the fretboard. Everything's good to go. And I already drilled the neck to fit this neck pocket. So this Musi neck goes in there like a glove. It's super tight and there's like almost zero play side to side. If you can see that. Just a little bit of play so I can set my string alignment. But to get it out, you really got to get underneath there and apply some upward pressure to pop that out. My buddy Barry took the original pickguard. I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. It's here somewhere. It's kind of an off-white perloid pickguard. And I gave him some blank pickguard material. He was able to copy this pickguard out of the original. The only difference is there's a truss rod wheel notch cut out of it. The original pickguard had a Strat cut out. So we now have a Tele cut out. And if you notice, a typical Tele pickguard would have an opening right here to allow for the control plate. Well, these guitars didn't have that. And the other thing with these guitars is, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but these holes do not line up in the slightest with a Tele pickguard. Barry did an awesome job at matching up the holes and at cutting out this pickguard. It wasn't easy. So Barry, thanks very much, buddy. Couldn't have done this without your help. So the plan is to install this. We're going to put a 4-way switch in because I'm going to run a traditional Tele configuration, but I'll have series option to get a little bit of oomph, right, with the 2 pickups together. Going to install some Music Lily black locking tuners on this neck. And for pickups, I decided to go with some Tonerider Hot Classic pickups. Look at these. These are nice. This was ordered with the extra ground wire in the neck for the 4-way switching. So that is the plan. We'll get the body done first and then slap those tuners on the neck, join the neck to the body, do a setup, and get some demos. So I like Tonerider. They send you both options of screws for, hard mounting to the body or floating through a pickguard. So it's great. All right. So I got to figure out what bridge I'm going to go with. I have two options. I'll show you in a minute. The one I'm going to use is going to depend on saddle placement for intonation. Just going to put the neck on this guitar and then I'll be able to take a measurement. I'll go with the original Charvel neck plate and the Charvel screws. Now if you have one of these and you're tearing it apart, just remember that the two upper screws are shorter, right, because of this taper back here. The longer screws go on the bottom, shorter ones go on the top. That musy neck looks like it belongs right on there. Looks great. So here's my options for a bridge. So the first option is this Wilkinson ashtray bridge. It has compensated brass saddles. I don't really like them because they're not notched. So I'd probably put in a set of Goto brass saddles in there, which I think I have here somewhere. But I like the look of an ashtray bridge on a Tele, and this will line up perfectly. No issues with fitment. However, on some of these guitars that come stock with those elongated modern style Tele plates, you can set the intonation with this style of bridge. The problem is sometimes the saddle has to go so far back, and once you get down here to the E and A saddles, the action height set screws, they're literally sitting on the bridge mounting screws. And it always causes some wonkiness to your either setup height or to just the stability of the saddle. The other option, which I know will work, because these bridges are like interchangeable with so many different Teles, is this Babbitt's full contact hardware style bridge. Now if I go with this, I don't have brass E-cams, so it'd just be metal, which, is fine. And this bridge will definitely work, and it'll mount with the 4 mounting holes as well, and it'll line up, and I know I'll have no issues intonating this one. So going back to this bridge, if I measure 25.5 on the small E string, this saddle would have to be approximately right there. My D string will be roughly at 25.5 as well. Not quite, but close. So this one has to go back quite a ways too. So that's where that saddle is going to have to be. This A string has to be behind the D string. So let's bring it back. So it won't be back that much. That's exaggerated. And I still have lots of room before the action height screw makes contact with the bridge plate mounting screw. So we're good. I'm going to go with the Wilkinson ashtray style bridge. I'm going to mount that pickup and run it, see what that looks like. Doesn't take much effort and doesn't take much time. Now you have a nice paint-free contact point for that ground wire. Cap off. Go. These switches are like, they're just plastic. So I don't know how good these are. You guys can comment, you Charvel fans. Test pin 1 and 2. So this says 292. So this is supposed to be a 250K pot, but it's over-spec'd. It's like 290. So now I have two other pots here that are B250K. And if I check this one, first one's coming in at 223, and the second one's coming in at 250. Look at that. Perfectly spec'd. And they're both, just Music Lily. So I'll use the 250K for my tone pot, the one that's actually 250K. This one I'll save for another day. Let's see if this switch will fit in there. So usually the traditional way to mount these is the metal side or the spring side goes towards the edge of the body. So when you're looking at a wiring diagram, it's usually how they mount. Oh, and that lines up perfectly. So I hope these screws catch it. They just are long enough. Just. One, two, three, four. No problem with the switching. Now we just have to wire everything up. Normally I would do this outside the guitar, but this cavity is so big, everything will be held in place and it's easy to access. So this is the wiring diagram I'm going to use for a 4-wire Telecaster wiring, and it's pretty simple. Alright, so we got bridge lead, the neck lead, and then I have this little green jumper already in place. Mine is yellow. So then I also have to jump these two and send that to ground as it would appear. So we'll do that next. I just put my capacitor in. I put a 22 cap. I don't know if that's any good. I never use my tone anyway. So all I need to do is connect the tone pot to the volume pot and connect my pickup grounds, and that's it. We're done. So the pickup ground wire has to go to the switch, and the cover ground has to go to ground. I have bridge. I'm still hearing something in the neck, but I think that's a ground thing because everything's grounded now. It's not really tapping, but I can hear a ground. Second position, I have bridge and neck. Third position, I have bridge and neck. So one should be series and the other one's parallel. And then fourth position, I have just neck. So maybe it works. One way to find out, put strings on it and try it. All right, so this is pretty simple. And just take a level beam, put them against the flat part of the tuners, and then just make sure they're all lined up. That should be good. Perfect. Might as well lubricate these while we're at it. There we go. Check these. Ready for some strings. Look at that. We got perfect string alignment. That's crazy. I have to tune this. All right, this isn't even close to being set up, so cross your fingers. Probably need a shim in the neck. Bridge pickup. Oh, nice. This should be middle position normal. Seems a little dark. This should be middle in series. Guess, I don't know. Not a big difference in volume anyway. And then this should be neck. Oh, my E string came out of the nut. I need a string tree. Didn't put that on either. String tree setup and proper demo. Just put the string tree in. That was just painless, quick and easy. All right, just got to take down these nut heights, and then we'll be good. Lubricate those nut slots. All right, I think that's it. All right, here is the newly modded Charvel TE Custom 1992. So we got the Wilkinson M Series bridge with brass slanted compensated saddles. We kept the original volume pot, added a 4-way Tele switch, added a tone pot. My buddy Barry was able to carve me out this custom pickguard. He did a fantastic job. I used a Musi classic neck, 9.5 to 12 radius, bone nut, Music Lily locking tuners, 18 to 1, string tree on the E and the B, nice roasted maple, kept the original neck plate. There's the modded wiring. So everything went well. These components fit great. And lastly, can't forget a set of Tonerider Hot Classic pickups, and I took the uncovered neck option. So, great pups. What a Tele sounds like. So middle position, which should be parallel. Oh yeah. Third position, bridge and neck, put in series. Just darker, a little fatter. And neck by itself sounds like this. Oh, nice neck. Some drive sounds like with this. Back to the bridge. Oh, nice and tight. Very articulate. Middle position. All right, series. Cool series, I guess. Neat. And here's the neck. custom fans, I'm sorry. I know you guys are probably pretty pissed that I messed with the original design, but hey, I didn't like it. It just didn't sound like a Tele to me. Didn't have that spank. Felt like I was always fighting it. That neck was way too thin. It's nothing that can't be undone. And for me, this will actually get some playing time now. Whereas before, just hung on the wall, wasn't being used. I just didn't like it, right? Different strokes, different folks. Charvel makes a super nice body. And with this neck fitting as tight as it does, I think just the tone is just better. And these tuners are way better than what comes stock. The stock ones are fine, but these just feel so much better. And no tuning instability whatsoever. So it's good. That's it for me. You guys take care. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one.